Good morning, everybody. It's Michael Simpson, and we are coming to you live from Anaheim, California. Today's date is April 25th, and everybody say hello from Anaheim, California. Woo! Got a big, excited group. We have an awesome panel today that has taken time away from their business to join us today, so we're in for a jam-packed day of information. Before we get started, just very quickly, for those of you who don't know who I am, as I said, my name is Michael Simpson, and I'm the founder and senior instructor for the National Commercial Real Estate Association. And basically what happened was I was a residential real estate agent, and I started real estate in 1988. I did over 100 transactions a year for several years, and I took this commercial class. And the commercial class, I loved the class. The instructor called me at the end of the class and said, "Hey, Michael, if you come over to my office and help me build the commercial division, I'll mentor you." So I went over to this office. In fact, it was the Remax office in Los Alamitos, California here, and started helping him build a commercial division while I was doing my residential transactions. And at the same time, I started time blocking 2 hours a day for my commercial investment sales. And then I looked up over a certain amount of time, and my commercial investment business was paying me more than my residential business was paying me, doing over 100 transactions a year. So I knew I was on to something there. Then I was introduced to Keller Williams in July of 2002, and I opened up a franchise in Long Beach, California, and then I opened up a second franchise and a third franchise. And we grew and grew and grew, and as I was doing that, I started doing the training for the residential agents and the commercial agents, mostly just for the agents in my market centers, my offices that I owned. And they started bringing friends to those classes. And then those friends started asking me if I would go to their offices to do this. And so I thought, well, you know, I never really thought about that, but yeah, okay, I will. So I started going to all these other offices. And then the real estate boards started calling us, asking us if we would come and do training events at their real estate office associations. And so that's kind of how this started to grow. And I realized at that time that I had something really special that I was doing. And so I look up now, it's about 5 years ago, and I'm just swamped. I don't have time to do all of this. And so I started saying, you know, what do you want to do? What do you really want to do? I'm all about following your dreams, and I believe people should follow their dreams and do what they love to do, and the money will come. I really believe that. And I kept hearing Gary Keller's voice in my ear. Gary Keller is the founder of Keller Williams, and he would ask us these questions early on when I met him. He would say, "Whose life are you living? Whose life are you living?" And I kept hearing that voice, "Whose life are you living? Whose life are you living?" And I knew I wasn't really living my life. I was living the lives of what I thought other people wanted me to do. And so I said, okay, I'm not really happy doing being a broker of record and running the operational side of my franchises. I really didn't like that stuff. But I love this coaching, speaking, and training consulting. So I decided to take and form this new entity called the NCREA, the National Commercial Real Estate Association, a separate entity, completely separate from my real estate franchises. And then I brought in other people, broker of records and operating principals and things like that, to operate for me. And it's freed me up to really focus on really what I love, which is selling and coaching and training and consulting commercial investment agents and residential agents. And one of my objectives and goals of my company, the NCREA, is to be the leading authority in commercial real estate training. And our goals are to have multiple courses that we're offering on various product types. At the core, though, at the core of this, we certainly have had a lot of commercial agents as well as investors come through our coaching programs and training classes and they can learn from our strategies and techniques. But at the core of this is this Resimercial guy that did over 100 deals a year, that got into commercial investment real estate. I'm this Resimercial agent, okay? That's really the core of what I'm doing. Our target audience is for the residential agent that wants to get into commercial investment sales or add commercial investment sales to their portfolio. And that's kind of my background and my story. But this is not about me today. I just wanted to introduce myself and explain kind of how this has all happened, because things are happening so fast. But this is about this awesome panel here today and you guys. So I'm going to just jump right in and lead off with Brian and Vincent. Brian Gordon and Vince Medina, they're the co-owners of the Lotus Property Services, Inc. Vince and Brian's management company manage over $1 billion in the great LA area. Their exclusive development and management program have a proven approach to investment planning that has acquired a network of thousands of local, national, and foreign investors. And Vince is the vice president of the Foothill Apartment Association of Realtors. He also does a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club, and that's nice that he gives back like that. And he's also a producer. So I see him on Facebook producing these movies, and maybe someday we'll see him at the Steven Spielberg status level. So give him a round of applause, and Brian as well. Thank you guys for coming today. And Bogey, I call him Bogey. You don't mind me calling you Bogey, do you? No. He goes by Bogey. I don't even know how to pronounce your last name. I don't think I've ever said it. Bogey
Avis.
Bogey Avis.
Don't read it.
Yeah, so he's known as Bogey. Bogey is Senior VP with Marcus and Millichap Investments. He's a Senior Director, National Multi-Housing Group, and founder of Bogey Investments Group. Bogey has brokered over $480 million in investment real estate and has been awarded the Long Beach Agent of the Year 2008 and 2009, and also 2012 and 2016. Bogey was sharing with all of us this transaction that he just started off this first of the year with, and we're going to share that with you. I'll let him talk about that, and we'll share that information with you guys, but it's a real exciting way to start your new year. He's also married and has 2 kids, so give Bogey a round of applause for joining us this afternoon. And then we have Rima. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about Rima because I've shared her story in a lot of my training events. Rima Rafay is the #1 Keller Williams agent and the top 1% in the Great Antelope Valley for 4 years in a row. This last year, she was the #1 commercial agent in the entire region that she's in. Everybody say, wow. Wow. Yeah, wow. She went from 0 to that. How long has it been, Rima?
Commercial?
Yeah.
This is my fourth
year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. She is married. She has 2 daughters and a son. And I see the pictures of your family, and they're all just absolutely beautiful, every single one of them. And she rides 12-speed.
Yeah.
For the Arthritis Foundation. How many miles did you go when you did that?
550 miles.
How many?
550.
Say that one more time.
550.
550 miles. And how many days was that?
1 week.
1 week. Wow. Oh my gosh, 1 week of riding on a bike every single day. That's tough. That's brutal. So give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Rima, for coming today. And Kathleen, my other superstar, Kathleen, I'm so proud of these guys. In her 20 years as a licensed real estate broker and mortgage originator, Kathleen has closed over 2,500 transactions for more than $1 billion in volume. She's married for 20 years, which is an accomplishment right there, right? She has almost 20 years. She has an 18-year-old daughter. An 8-year-old daughter. Whoops, yeah, I know that. I know that, right? 8-year-old daughter, yeah, right?
Go too fast.
That's right. And she loves to ski. I see her on Facebook all the time at Mammoth, doing the double blacks. And she also leads a Girl Scout troop. So give Kathleen a big round of applause.